Hello and welcome back to another podcast for what am I called now? The Embodied CEO era. And I do get confused because I am telling you right now that over the past 5 and a bit years, I have changed my name, I've reinvented myself, I've basically, you name it, I've probably done it strategy wise and all the things. And it can be frustrating. It can be so friggin' frustrating, especially when you have these people, these coaches that are, you're paying a lot of money for. And a lot of them, their deliverables are nowhere near as good as their selling skills. And you get these advice and you've paid so much money for this advice, so you take it, right? And people are going to lead you astray. Okay. I had a coach a few years ago and I feel as though she did more damage to me and some of the other women that were in the mastermind than I am going to talk about. But the damage that she did to me, I feel like there was a witnessing of power and there was complete gaslighting as to how to bring that power into the forefront. And this woman was making a lot of money, like a lot of money. And most of us in the mastermind felt absolutely duped because of how much it cost compared to how much value we were getting. And the whole thing, I left 6 months early. I paid up front and I left 6 months early because I just didn't want to be in that energy and that frequency anymore. When you are on a coaching call, a group coaching call, and you feel the need to message one of the other members of the mastermind to make sure that they're all right because they just got their ass handed to them, and not in a supportive, I'm showing you how to step out of it kind of way, as in a, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, and that's wrong and that's wrong and that's wrong, and you're not doing that, and you're not listening to me, and you're not. It was basically, this was the straw that broke the camel's back, really. It was a it was a target. She was a target in that moment, and she was caught out on so much stuff, and she had just lost her grandmother, and like, it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. Losing a loved one is no excuse for you to stop showing up in your business. It was ruthless. Like, I'm messaging her while this is going on, going, this is not right. You shouldn't have to put up with that. And in hindsight, I wish I had have spoken out about it. But we're paying these people a lot of money and we think that their advice is solid. And I honestly felt like she could see the power of a few of us in there and wanted to keep us small because we weren't easily manipulated. This is not where I thought this podcast was going to go today, but I feel like we need to talk about it because, what happens in a lot of these coaching places, these spaces, is that the clients are the ones that are told, well, you clearly didn't want it bad enough, or now you're wanting it too much, and you didn't follow through with every single thing that I said to do. And it's like, yeah, but instead of you going, well, why aren't you following through with it? Does it feel out of alignment, or is there a better way for you potentially, or where's the resistance showing up? Let's work through it. It's like, no, you didn't want it bad enough, and the coach seems to have no responsibility for it at all. And in these spaces, you learn a lot of what not to do, right? So I started off as the women's warrior movement, and I've been like the CEO goddess, and so much stuff, so much stuff. And I just feel like none of that was me. None of it was me. It was all the coach's idea. And so the coach that I have now, she's actually really, really good. And this is how I coach my clients as well. It's like, okay, what do you feel like you need to go do next? And let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. Let's find the right way for you to go about doing that. And yeah, like what's in alignment with you, and push me a little bit, and I push my clients a little bit, but not to the point where it feels like they're being attacked. And so I've been, like I said, so many different things, and now like I feel like I'm finally at a place that I really understand myself. I really understand my power. I love the person that I'm uncovering, that I'm remembering who I was here to be. And this is another thing that feels like it gets spoken about in a lot of wrong context as well. It's like, dress like the millionaire version of you. Yeah, okay, I can see the merit in that. Like, I feel like I'm dressing a lot better now, but you can't dress like a multi-million-dollar version of you if you are not feeling it on the inside, and you're just dressing for the sake of dressing a certain way. Then your energy is going to be split. Okay, act like the millionaire version of yourself. Okay, but if you don't know what that looks like for you, then you can't embody that properly. Okay, so I feel like I'm calling out a lot of the industry at the moment. And you know what? I'm starting to not care. I'm starting to think some of this is actually detrimental to a lot of people, and we need to bring it to the forefront. Okay, I guess I'm the person that's going to do this today, because I've decided I'm unapologetic and unashamed that I see stuff in the marketplace. And the way it sounds is like, oh, just dress as the millionaire version of you, or act like the millionaire version of you. But you have to go through initiations. There's a whole initiation period that you need to go through. And if you just start acting like that millionaire version of you and expecting things to change, they're not going to, unless you are coming from an embodied place. Okay? It's like mutton dressing up as lamb, or a wolf in sheep's clothing. You can't just dress like a millionaire and expect millions of dollars to fall into your bank account. You need to still take those big, bold, beautiful actions. And if you are unable to, it doesn't matter if you're wearing a $30,000 dress. If you don't feel like a millionaire in that dress, then that dress is useless. Go chuck it in the bin, or try and sell it for 45,000. But this is the thing, like you've got to be able to embody it. It's got to come from a place of certainty within you. I know that on some timeline, in some reality, I am already that $1 million version. I already am. Okay. And it's not about me forcing myself to become her now. It's me going, oh, this is what's clouding my judgment to get to that place. Off it goes. I said to a client earlier today, you can't pray for more clients and more money from a place of lack. You can't do it, because God's not sitting there going, oh, she's really desperate for money, I'm going to give her some. No, he goes, she's really desperate for money, I'm going to give her enough to live by until she realizes that there is no such thing as lack. Then I'll give her all those money and all that clients. Do you see? It's not like you can't pray for peace and then expect not to go through the initiations that give you peace. I seen a post, I wish I could remember who posted it, but she said, if you ask God to move a mountain, be prepared to wake up next to a shovel, because the initiation happens. God said to Noah, you're going to need an ark. This is how you build it. Go. He didn't say, you're going to need an ark. Here's an ark, mate. Because the initiations that Noah had to go through while building that ark, he became the person that could say, no, you are not able to come onto this arc because God didn't tell me that you belong here. And through your initiations in your business, you are becoming more aligned to that millionaire version of you. Every time you choose to step into alignment when you could go into lack, that's an initiation. Every time you see something online and go, I'm not going to listen to that because that doesn't feel like it's right for me, that is you aligning to your millionaire version. And every time you do that, you are calibrating to that millionaire version of yourself. Okay, if you just calibrate to her right here, right now, your nervous system is probably going to freak out and you ain't going to get what you want. Not that long ago, about 6 months ago, I decided I'm not going to snack. I don't want to snack anymore because I would literally sit on the lounge and have a big, massive bag of chips nearly every single day, and I felt gross after it. But God, they taste so good. I couldn't just stop at like one or two. I had to like have the whole bag. And I was like, I'm not going to snack. That's it. I'm done. I don't want to snack anymore. And I still had a half a packet of chips. And I looked at that half a packet of chips and my thought was, oh, I know I said I wasn't going to snack anymore, but if I just have that like half a packet more and then I'll stop snacking tomorrow, nobody will know. Nobody will know. Who's holding me accountable for that? Nobody. And then I thought, I am. I'm holding myself accountable for it. I said no more snacking for at least a month. And so I'm not going to snack for at least a month. That's it. I'm done. And I intentionally left that packet of chips in there because every time I would go to that pile, there's a console in my lounge. And every time I would go to the console to get something out, and I looked at that packet of chips and I wanted them, and I said, no, I'm not going to eat them. That was me calibrating every time. Every time I do a podcast on a Monday, I'm calibrating. Every time I do a client call, I am calibrating. I'm getting more and more evidence. I'm stacking more and more evidence that I am consistent. And I know that the impact and the income is coming. Because I know that it has to. It has to. At some point, it has to. Because I'm doing everything that I know to be true, everything that I know that is aligned with me, and the income is going to match that at some point. I'm not going to lie to you and say it matches now because it doesn't. Doesn't. But I know it's going to. And I don't have any hesitation around that at all. I know that at some point, and I am a millionaire, just not in coin. I'm a millionaire in assets. You know? But every time I cement in, I am living from a place of abundance and I love it here, is me calibrating because I believe it. I'm not saying it hoping that it happens. I know that it will, and it's calibrating me every single time. I'm not here in lack going, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. You got to pray for that consistency. Show me how to show up. Show me consistency. Show me inner peace. Show me that I know that clients are coming to me. Don't send them to me until I am ready. Because there were clients that were sent to me before I was ready and I was not able to help them the way that I would like to. I helped them. I did help them. But if they came to me now 4 years later, man. But in all honesty, I wasn't charging back then. I didn't feel worthy enough to charge. And this is the thing, right? So if you have a coach that is telling you to do all the things and they feel icky and it feels not good to do it, then tell them, no, I'm not going to do that. Let's find another way for me. And if that person starts to say, well, you're not owning it properly or whatever else like that, say, no, I know exactly what I'm worth. I'm asking you for help to find my way of doing things. So this has been an all-around podcast. There has been a bit of venting. There has been a little bit of calling out some of the industry. There has been some great, valuable insight into identity. So I don't even know what I'm going to call this podcast. I'm sure it will come to me at some point. But I felt like I channel everything. And I felt like this needed to be said. Okay. I freaking channel absolutely everything. So, yeah, if this resonated with you, if you want to learn more about coming into my inner temple mastermind, this is embodiment. This is true embodiment work. This is not just act as if. This is actually deep embodiment work. This is the feelings, the somatic. There's light language in there. There's so many visualizations to help you get to your next level. And then there's weekly group calls with me as well, group guidance sessions. And it's like so worth the money. So if you feel like you're diluting your energy and diluting your power, and you want to learn how to really step up and embody that frequency of I know that I know that I know that I am a millionaire on some timeline in some reality, and I'm learning how to be that now, uncover the truth of me now, then please reach out to me. I have so much love for you and enjoy the rest of your day.